For over 10 years, One Young World has been the platform that brings together the world's exceptional young leaders from 195 countries, all dedicated to driving change under the global goals. From climate crises to education, from peace and reconciliation to sustainability, from leadership to gender equality, we've impacted the lives of over 50 million people. And the fact that some of the great statespeople of the world, they keep coming back time and time again, says something about their belief in brilliant young leaders and their belief that brilliant young leaders can drive change in the world.
So One Young World was founded back in 2009 and we had our first summit in London in 2010. Since then, we've had 14 summits. We've been to Asia, Africa, Latin America, North America, and we're going back to Europe next year. We have a community of 18,500 ambassadors.
Each ambassador is a specialist in a different field, so it can be from actors to employees in different grassroots organizations.
And then we do three things. We inspire them, we build them, and we elevate them. And elevating is really about closing that credibility gap that you might have as a 50-year-old CEO who's been in the industry for 30 years, tried and tested, got an MBA, been on the cover of Forbes magazine, whatever it might be, and someone who's 22 and has got a lot of ideas and a lot of passion, but no one's taking seriously because they're 22. So that gap in recognized work, credibility, access to good people, that's the gap that we're trying to close.
I hope that if you were going to take one word away from this summit, it will be, I'm sure you'll do this, it will be action.
One Young World, they're an organization who has impact embedded in their core, in their mission, in their vision. They have a very powerful theory of change. So every activity that they do, every event that they plan is done with impact at its core.
You know, our main funding program is our Lead 2030 program, which has delivered $2.9 million of grant funding to young leaders.
To achieve that, we work with a corporate partner or a government partner to identify a young leader within our community who has an initiative that is creating exceptional impact in that case. And the partner funds directly with $50,000 and a year's worth of mentorship to help them put that into practice.
It is not just a summit for speak to each other, know each other, but it is a summit for those young people who will be the leaders of the future.
Part of the reason why we went to Montreal in the first place was to explore Indigenous interests, Indigenous priorities as a key theme at the summit.
C'était une ambition de One Young World qui sortait d'un plan stratégique autochtone d'avoir mis en place un comité jeunesse autochtone global, dont une Canadienne et une Québécoise, sur un comité de 12 personnes.
I am a Manitoba First Nations Youth Council in my province, and I work with youth all over my province, First Nation. I am an advocate and a voice for them. I stand here with my people. I stand here with my community. I stand here with my elders. I stand here with my youth to represent my people so that they can hear my story.
Indigenous delegates were knowledgeable and experienced in Indigenous priorities, but Indigenous priorities is not just one core focus. Indigenous voices need to be at the forefront of any UN SDG discourse or discussion.
I think Montreal did a fantastic job of meeting the expectations of young leaders and opening up the topics that are difficult to talk about. The Indigenous Day was a fantastic example of that. A lot of risks need to be taken to change things in this world, and Montreal and Canada has a precedence of taking these risks and standing up for our values.
One Young World était vraiment perçu comme un projet très porteur pour la jeunesse québécoise. Notre mandat, c'était d'activer la communauté locale. On a fait participer à peu près 200 jeunes montréalais québécois au dépôt du cahier de candidature pour qu'on mette de l'avant les jeunes leaders d'impact de Montréal et pas juste la destination touristique.
Every one of them will go back to their community and will be spearheading social impact projects and social innovation projects that will address local challenges where they live and that will have long-term impact for years to come.
I hope people take away or remember from Montreal in 5 or 10 years when they're doing something incredible, maybe even 1% could be attributed to a moment, a reflection, a change that they had when they were at One Young World.
Montreal has huge optimism and offers great opportunities for young leaders and young people. It's a city that believes in sustainability. It's a city that believes in diversity, equity and inclusion. And it's a city that has some great leaders to teach our 2,000 delegates from over 195 countries about Indigenous voices and Indigenous people.